Hello everyone, so today I will explain you how we can install the AMD FidelityFX Super Resolution. So first of all, we will have to install the plugin, and here you can navigate to this page. I will leave you the link in the description. And then download the plugin for your Unreal version. In this case, in my case, it will be for 5.5. So just click the button download. I have already downloaded it. And then you will get this into the folder. I will navigate to the folder over here, and I have downloaded this to the desktop. And when you will download the folder, and it will be the zip folder, and unzip it, you will get this folder with the versions. So for example, I will use this one, the FSR 550. What does it mean? Those numbers mean the Unreal version. So in this case, this is 5.5, 5.4, 5.3, and so on. So you will select your one which you will need. In the double click, you will get into the folder, and here you will see the different files. So for us, the most interesting thing here is the FSR3. This is the plugin which we will put into the plugin folder. Also, here is the FSR3 movie render pipeline, but this you can use in case if you're going to render some kind of videos, movies into the Unreal. I will not do it. I'm using this only for my game, so I will not install this part. So what do we have to do? We have two options. The option number one, which I'm using and which is the most interesting for me. So I'm navigating, I will open another folder over here, and I will navigate to the folder disk C, then program files, Epic Games 5.5, engine, plugins, and we are going to the marketplace. And here in the marketplace, as you have seen, I have already copied this folder FSR3, so you can do the same, just copy and paste it over here. Another way is what you can do, you can go to your project folder. Into the project folder, create the folder plugins and put it over here. So the same FSR3, you will just copy and paste into the plugins folder of your project. If you don't have this folder into the project, this is very easy. Simply create the new one, the new folder, name it plugins, and copy paste it over there. Then we have a few very important things. This is very important. Without it, it will not work. So first of all, your project must be the C+ project. Otherwise, it will not work. This project is only working into the C+ version. So if your project is not C++, so you can simply convert this over here. So just create the new here. Create the new C++ here, the new C++ class. You'll simply click on it, you will create the new class, the next, and then your project will be converted. As my project is already C++, so I will not do it easy and fast. And then to make everything working, you will have to close the project after you install it. If you install the plugin, close the project, go to the folder with your project, simply open the Visual Studio file. We will wait it for opening. Okay, and then you will navigate to the build, and then this one, Zero Unreal Build Tool. Why are we doing this? You will have to click on it and wait until project is built. Why are we doing this? Because the system must compile all of the plugins files which are coming with this FSR3, and it must have to build this into your project. Otherwise, if you will try to build your project, it will not work. So I was fighting with this yesterday. I was trying just to install the plugin. As always, we are going to the file, plugins. I'm searching for the FSR. I just enabled it. Everything is fine. My project has restarted. Everything is great. I can see my files over here. So if we'll go to the project settings and we'll navigate to the plugins, where it is here, I can see that everything is enabled. Excellent. And then I was testing to do the build, and unsuccess. It's saying me that just my game is not able to recognize those files, and that's it. It is not starting. So to make it work, you will have to open the Visual Studio files and build it over there, then open the Unreal and then everything will work for you excellently. So it was about the installation of the plugins. I hope that it helped. The link for the downloading of this plugin I will leave you in the description, and you can just install it for your project. So after we installed, enabled, rebuilt the project, restarted the project, and so on, and checked the build, this is very, very important. Again, I will tell you, after all of the settings you have done, after you enable the plugin and everything else, try to build the project through the platforms, Windows, package project, and check if everything is working for you, if it is opening, if your build project is opening, and so on. Then you will be 100% sure that everything, the installation, has been done correctly. If no, you can give me the questions and I will be happy to answer. So what do we do next? The next thing what we have to do is to add this into the menu, because of course our users must be able to switch the settings. So what would we do? First of all, here you will have your own widget. I have my own widget, and it is over here. It is looking like this, and when you are clicking on play button, it will load the scene. Excellent. I'm clicking the P button on my keyboard, and I'm going to the settings, and here is my menu where I'm doing the settings of the quality and other things. So here I have already installed the DLSS, and I will add the ADM settings under it. So we can stop the settings, so we can go to the menu, and I guess that what I will do, because here I have some kind of settings which are related to my character, and I don't want to make like a video setting, then character setting, then again video settings. This will not look good. So I will find where are my settings, not over here but on the other side here. Here is the last setting for the videos, for the video quality, and I will just duplicate this one, Ctrl D. And what I will do, I will have to rename it, and then I will have to make the settings of it. So first of all, I will open it down, and what exactly it is. So this is, by the way, if you will go to this page where you download the plugin, the Fidelity settings, the resolution settings. So if you will scroll down here, you will also get the very short manual regarding how to install and enable the plugin, but it doesn't say any word about that you have to rebuild project into the Visual Studio, so don't forget it. Okay, then we continue with the settings, and I will rename it. I will name it just Fidelity, I guess. If no, I will change the name. So reflex settings, Fidelity, like this. FX settings, too big. So I'll just remove those two letters. Excellent. It will be the Fidelity settings. And now we have two buttons. We have button which we click into the right, and we have button which we click into the left. So we will have to rename them to be able to change it, basically to see everything, all the settings into our graph. So I have the left button, and I need over here, I need to rename this button, and it will be left button, Fidelity settings underscore, and the same I'm doing for the right button over here. Okay, right button. Nice. Buttons are renamed, and now I can go to the graph. And what would we do in the graph? First of all, over here, if I will just search for Fidelity, I have the left button and right button. So I'm just selecting on click. It will create me the button for clicking, and on was for the right button. Now for the left button on click, I have the left button. Okay, so here I have my savings, so I will not touch this. I will add this setting under my other settings. And how would we do that? Because those settings, and also we are going back to their manual, because here Settings of the quality modes. So we will have to override the Fidelity FSR 3 quality mode, and also we will have to rewrite the error screen percentage. And they are suggesting us, so if we are using the native, it will be the quality mode 0, the quality, it will be quality mode 1, balance is the quality mode 2, performance, quality mode 3, and ultra performance, it will be the quality mode 4. And to not make the mistake and to not make the issues with this, I will just copy and paste those settings over there, and I suggest for you to do this exactly the same, so then you will be sure that you have typed it correctly. So how to do it? I guess that I will just create the variable for this. Okay, I have the variables. I will create plus in U1, and it will be the fidelity setting, and it will be the integer. Why integer? Because I will just make the switching between them, and I need only the number to do so. So I'm taking the fidelity, and we will do, if we are clicking to the right, we will not equal but add 1. So it will just switching between the modes. Then I guess that we can do it on the next way. First of all, we will have to set this variable, of course, because after that we will have to make the save system, and of course we will need to know the new value of our variable, and of course we will have to also add the name for this. So just connect it over here, and then we are doing the minus, we are doing the plus, we just connected it over here. What do we have to do the next? We will have to switch between the, and to not make it huge part over here, I will simply on the side create the new custom event, and we'll name it change fidelity quality. So change fidelity quality. Nice. Okay. I even typed it correctly. So what we have to do, first of all, we will need switch. We will need to create this switch on it. Okay. Okay, the best way is to use switch on int, because as we are using the integer, so of course we will need to use the switch on int, and then I will just connect it over here. This will be our selection. And then what kind of options do we have? So I'm going back over here, and we have the native AA, and we will just rename this. So we are adding the pin, we connect it over here, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the 5 settings, and so we will need 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so our 5 settings, and then when we will have the 0, it will be the same as over here. We have the native. So what do we have to do? The most important thing, we have to use the use console execute console command. So all of those settings of the fidelity are based on the, not based, but are making settings using the execute console command. So what will we have to do? We will have to, first of all, as it say over here, use the command R fidelity quality mode. So if this is here, fidelity mode, so simply type it over here, and then what kind of mode it will be. So as we have the native, so it will be the quality mode 0. So exactly the same, we're just copying paste, and then we will just set up the correct numbers for each quality mode. So I will simply Ctrl C, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in totally we have 5. Okay, I will just place them over here. I will connect those settings over here. Excellent. Okay, and then just change the numbers. So it will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 4. So then, as is saying our manual, we will have to set up the percentage of the screen. So here it is, the screen percentage. So again, I will copy this, this command. I will type the command over here, and then we will have to, of course, remove the symbols which we don't need, and then here we will set the percentage. So in case if we are using those settings, so for the first one, the native, the percentage will be 100, so it is not changed it in any way. Again, I will simply copy and paste this 4 times more, and then we will set up the percentage for each one of them. So connect all of them, don't forget to do so. Nice. And we are doing it over here, and then we are doing it over there. Very nice. So the percentage over here, the maximum, my maximum will be 100, and the minimum, basically the screen percentage, which we are using for the ultra quality, will be 50. Then I will just make the settings between them. So let's say this one will be 75. Let's say this one will be 87, something between what I'm setting. You can experiment with the oven settings, and of course test this on your video card and to see which setting, which percent will be the best fitting for you. I'm just setting it like this. It will fit for me the best of all. Of course, your project, your settings, so you are deciding how it will be working for you. Then we are going back to our buttons because we have created this function, and now we will have to connect this function with the buttons. So I'll just make here the command. So this is my change the fidelity settings. Excellent. Change fidelity settings. And now I will simply call here this, not like so, but like this. I will just call here this function, change fidelity quality over here, and the same will be from this side, on this side. So what we are doing, first of all, here I have one small thing which I will have to adjust, because I cannot go upper than 4, and I cannot go less than 0. So I will have to check this. So over here I will add the branch, and over here I will add the branch, and I'm able to go to the right to add some more numbers only in case if my fidelity setting is less than 4. So only in this case I will be able to add 1, then it will be 4. And over here I'm able to go to the right if this is greater than 0, because of course if this is 1, so I will be able to go less than 1. If this is 0, I'm not able to do anything. So like this, then we will not be going outside. And of course over here, after we create in the setting, we will simply send the information about it. Then the same, I will add the command over here. So here, this is the fidelity settings. Okay, so we have it over here, and then I'll just want to know if I'm changing the buttons, if something is happening, because of course we want to know what is going on. And we are starting from 0. If I will compile this, so my fidelity setting is 0 because I didn't made any kind of loading and I didn't make any kind of saving yet. So each time when I click on this, I will start from 0. Of course, I will not be able to see any changes on my quality because I don't have this video card, but at least I will be able to see some kind of settings because I'm using the RTX video card. But maybe in theory, I was reading in some places that this is also possible to see this in the RTX video cards, but only in the build. So let's check first if this is working, if we can get some kind of changes, settings, basically, numbers and so on over here, and then I will build the project and I will check if I can see something or no in the build. Okay, so I simply want to know if I'm changing at least something. So I will click play. Very nice. P to go to the settings here, and it is not reading anything. Of course. Why it should read anything if I didn't made any kind of settings for this? Of course, no. So we will have to go over here to where it should show us the text. I will rename this to the, hold on, I'll just copy this from over here, Fidelity settings, because we will need to create the binding for the text so it can read something and it can give us some kind of information that we are doing anything. So I just renamed this variable, which will show me the text, and then over here where it must show the text, I will just click over here and select create bind. It will create me the binding for this. And what I have to do, I will just, where is Fidelity settings, get, and we will have the branch over here. So branch, if Fidelity setting is 0, voila, oh, come on. Sometimes it is freezing for some moment, but at least it is stable and it is not crashing. What I'm really happy about this. I will waiting. I was too fast for my Unreal, and sometimes it is just have to think. Okay, it's back again. It's alive. So equal. So if my Fidelity setting is equal to 0, it will be what it will be. Going back over here, it will be native. Like this. True. If Fidelity setting is equal to 1, so it will be, I will just select this, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, to set it up over here, and then, so Ctrl+C, it will be, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if it will be equal to 0, let's do it nice. Then if it will be equal to 2, again, let's do it nice. So if it will be equal to 3 and equal to 4. So those settings are done. Let's connect it over here. Q on the keyboard to make it nice. Excellent. Then I will connect those two. Okay. Again, if this is equal to 0, we are going over here, but if false, we check if this is equal to 1. If this is false, we check if this is equal to 2, to 3, to 4, and so on. Now we will have to copy the names. The first one was native. The next one is quality. I will just balance and performance. I'm lazy to type it, so I'll copy and paste. Then we have balanced. Then we have, what do we have? We have performance. And the last one thing which we have is the ultra performance, and I guess that I will have to make it shorter, otherwise it will be too long for the name. So maybe like this. Let's see how it will show over there. Okay, so now we can compile and save. So we have set up the names, and at least we'll be able to see something. So play. and we click on P to go to the settings. Oh yes, so it was 0. Now if I will click on the right, so I can see it is changing, the numbers are changing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course I can even leave it as the ultra performance because it will fit here perfectly. So I will go back and I will change this. So excellent. So I'm able to see at least something, and I'm able to see the change, basically not the changes, but the settings. But the settings are changing, and this is what we want. So let's stop it. Let's go back and let's remove the print string because we don't need it anymore. So we can see that everything is working. And when we still over here into the settings menu, so I would like to also make the system of saving. I will save this to the slot. I have here the slot into the save game, to my save game system. So first of all, I would like to find my blueprint BP save game. And where it is, as I remember, it was over here. No. Yes. So I have the blueprint, which is for the save game. And as you can see, the parent class is save game. And over here, I'm saving all of my changes which I need to save and load again for using in the game. So here I will save the integer, and it will be the Fidelity settings. And I will save this integer over here. So after that, when the game is loading, when the game is starting, we will be able to load those settings. So the variable is created over here. Then we are going to the settings menu, and everything is very easy and simple. So just double click this, because as you can see what I have done. I have done the next thing. So when I need to save something, I have the apply button. First of all, I'm checking, because in my game instance, I have the reference to my save game blueprint, and I'm checking if this is valid. If this is valid, I simply cast to this save game blueprint, and then I will set all of the variables which I need to save over here. So as you can see here, I have already the long list of the things which I'm saving, and after that, of course, when the game is starting, I'm loading it. I'm just setting those variables, and then I simply say that I need to save game to slot and just give it the slot name, which I will use for all of those settings. So simple and easy. And we will need to set fidelity. It is already over here. We are just setting this. Connect, of course, and we simply take my fidelity settings variable as the get, and we'll connect it over here. So then we will know that our settings are saved. And of course, we must be able to load this when the game is starting. So what I have done into the beginning, when I'm just going up, very up, as you can see, my setting menu is really huge. What I'm doing, when in the event construct, I'm just created the new custom event, which is saying refresh widget, because of course after that, when I need to refresh some kind of information over here, I can just call this this event and it will work. So I created the function which is say initialize, because we need to initialize all of the settings that I have. So again, over here is the same. Those are the settings which I need to get the variables for the game instance, gameplay, and also for my character. So this is not important in our case. In our case, is important the next thing. So if we are going down, we will check if this save game exists. Save game to slot exists. So again, checking my slot name. And then we have the branch, because it will here return us the information regarding the true or false. So if it exists, I will load game from slot, again the same slot name, and then I will just again cast to this blueprint save game, and will ask for the information which it just saved us. And after that, I will simply set it to the variable. So over here, we will do exactly the same. We will simply get fidelity settings. And of course, we will simply set it over here, the information which we received. So easy, very easy. And then on the base of this information, it will simply show us the name in the menu. Of course, if we don't have, in case if this is false, so we need to set some kind of the default settings for this. In our case, the default setting will be 0, so that it will be disabled. So I'm just setting this variable over here and simply leave it as 0 as it is. So simply save and load system, very simple, save and load system. Then what will we have to do next? Of course, when the games start, we must be able to load our settings also, because this is settings only for the menu, for the widget. So you'll be able to see something when we are making those changes. But of course, when the game starts, we must be able to load those settings for the game directly. So let me think a second where we will do this. Okay, okay. I have an idea. So each my scene in the load game, of course, there are two ways how we can do this. First of all, we can do this into the here, blueprints, gameplay, player, into the gameplay. So when the gameplay is starting, we can load those settings and we can start it, of course. So we can make those settings over here, or even better, I guess, that I can do this into the game instance directly, so that when the game is starting, I can immediately call this information and to set this information. So where is my game instance? I have no idea. This is BP_AI. This is my game instance blueprint. And here I have already some kind of settings. So for example, when I need to load the character, I load this information over here. And here, when I need to initialize the audio, this is exactly the same. I can initialize the audio. Okay. Maybe I will simply create the new function and right. Initialize audio. Very nice. Very easy. What is calling the character loading is calling the gameplay. Thinking. And game mode. I will call this into the game instance directly and easy. No, into the gameplay. Okay, so a new custom event, a new function, better. So we are creating the function, and this is the start fidelity settings. And to make it easy, what I will do, I will go to my settings. I will go to my event graph. I will go down. We have created those, not this one, but this one. We have created those fidelity settings, and I will just copy and paste all of this part because it will be loaded from the beginning and I need to make it set up. So I'm going over here, and what I will do the next, I will simply go to the event graph, and over here I already have the part not here but here. So I'm checking if like this, get save game, done. Check if this is valid, because otherwise if this is not valid it will not work. So we are checking if this is valid. Then if this is valid, what are we doing? We are just checking if the save game slot does save game exist. I will need to copy the save game name, and it will be initialized over here. So I'm selecting, I can do this even better. So remove to the side, Control V. So what do we have? We are checking if save game slot exists. If the save game slot exists, again, the branch, if this is true, we are loading the save game from the slot. We are casting to the save game so we can get this information, and we will need to get the, again, I'm too fast for my Unreal. So we are checking if our save game exists. We will need to get the fidelity setting. We are checking the selection. We are going over here, and then dependently on what kind of what number will come over here, we will simply go to the settings. Then if the save game does not exist, if this is just don't exist, as in the settings menu we have set up the default value for the fidelity setting is 0, and 0 it is switched off. So we will have to do exactly the same from the beginning, so all of the settings will be correct. So I will simply copy this part, and if the save game does not exist, and if this is not valid, so I will just switch off fidelity, and that's it. So then the users will be able to switch it on when they will need it. Okay, so it was the start setting. We created this function, but of course we will need to call this function. Of course. And I think that we can do this into the begin play. So I will just simply call this function over here, and that's it. Command, comply, save, and what I want to see the print string in 2 times. The first print string will be not over here, because I immediately want to check what kind of number will come. So it will be over here, and then I will see that really everything is working. I will need to check this information, what number came to us, so it will be yellow, and I want to see this during 11 seconds, let's say. Then if it is not valid, if something goes wrong from the beginning directly, I will be able to see this warning, and I will see that this is not working, and I want to see this into the red color. Okay, and again for the 11 seconds. So when I will hit play, immediately I will be able to see the save number, if there is something, or I will be able to see this warning that nothing is working, or I will be able to see that save game does not exist. So it will be in the green color. So we will know immediately what is going on and where we are. Okay, and let's hit play. Warning, so the save game slot is not valid, it doesn't exist, and everything is correct because it shouldn't exist because I haven't saved anything. So we go into the P, we go into the settings, let's change this to, let's say, let me check. I'm making the changes here. I have the FPS visible and nothing is working. So this is as I was telling that with my RTX into the editor, no, it's not changing. So with my RTX card into the Unreal, editor, it is not changing. So I have changed this to the ultra performance. I hit button apply, so I will be able to save my settings to the save game slot, and we are doing just stop. Let's play again. Warning, so the save game does not exist, or I'm too fast. Let me check one thing. So we call this into the gameplay. We call this into the begin play. But let me check when my save game is creating. It's creating over here when I initializing it. And let me check what is happening faster. Maybe I just need to set up some kind of delay over here. Okay, so it will be in this color, it will be 111, and let me check what is happening fast. Play. Okay, I see. It was later than the gameplay into the play game. So gameplay. So easy easy, easy. I will just add over here a delay. And delay will be, let's say, 2 seconds, just to be sure. Let me check. Play. Nice. So this delay helped because we are loading the settings of the Fidelity after, in 2 seconds after everything has started, and we receive that we have the number 4 because we have set it up as number 4. Now let's go back to the menu to see if it is saving. Yes, as you can see, it is showing all the performance. So the settings, switching, changing, saving, and loading is done. Now we will have to create the build and to check if I will be able to see some kind of changes into the build when I'm doing anything. So I will stop it over here. I will don't touch the changes of the print strings because of course I need to see something, at least some kind of changes, and we will create a build. So what I will do, I will go to the empty level just to make it easy. Okay, then we are going to the platforms, Windows, package project. It will be packaged for the shipping. Nice. I will simply remove this folder. I've told. We'll remove the folder. Remove. Let's remove it over here also. So I will build my game to this folder. Okay, so waiting for packaging. Let's see if we have, where is output log? I will simply clear the output log to be able to see if something is happening. Maybe I will get some kind of warning, and I will be back to you when the game will be built. Okay, so it is almost done. I have here some kind of yellow warnings, but it is nothing related to the settings. It was my relating to the character. Okay, almost ready. I have the big project, so it's taken some time to build, but it's almost done. Compression and the final, basically the final settings. Okay, package complete. Archive started. Almost. Okay, so the build package complete and it was success. Now we can go and to see what we built, if we are able to see any kind of changes. So our build has complete, and now let's check what do we have there, if it will work. So where is the build? The build is over here, and let's start it. Okay, it will compile the shader. So in the meanwhile, I will put you on the pause, so you will not have to wait so long. Okay, so the shaders are almost done. What do we have? What would we get? Crash. GPU crash, the device removed, lock information. So, ladies and gentlemen, my GPU card is not working with those settings, and we will have to solve this. Okay. Let's, where is my mouse? I don't have a mouse. I missed. Okay, it is over here. So, fatal error, yes, of course, fatal error, normal. So, my GPU card, it seems that it's not compatible with those settings, and it is trying to load it, and it's not correct. So, let's first prevent, because of course everybody who just has the RTX cards, as I do, will have the same mistake. So, first of all, we have to check when we are doing some kind of changes, when we are doing some kind of settings, we will have to check what kind of card do we have. And I guess that I remember get GPU number no, get brand no, get no and no and no and no and no. Okay. What do we have to search for? How we can solve this? Get GPU. Well, here must be the command get GPU brand, but it is does not exist, and as it does not exist, we will have to create this. So how to create new command? And basically it's not so difficult. So we will have to create the new C++ over here, a new C++ class, and we will have to make the new one. So we will scroll down to the over here, blueprint function library, and we will click next. So we will remove this and we will type GPU hotels. So it will be the name of our class which we're creating. Okay, and just create class. So it will create a class for us. Very nice. Okay, excellent. And when it was open, it just created for us those GPU files which we need to work with. Okay, so we are going over here, and first of all, we will have to add the following code into this part over here after the generated body. Simply public U function blueprint category hardware. This is what we will have to get, and this is the name of the command which we will have to type. Okay, it's over here. Okay, and we are going to the second file, which is c.cpp, and over here we will have to type this part of the code. So what kind of information we need to include, and also regarding the function blueprint name, which we will call the get GPU brand. So we have it done over here. Okay, and we will have to save all of this. So first of all, save all files. We have to save all of the files, and then here must be some kind of refresh information. Join storage. Okay. To refresh this, we will simply close this window and open this window. So let's open again Visual Studio, and it must refresh all the information for us. It just prepared and reading the solution. So basically, hope so that it just refreshed and set up all of the files for us. And to see if this is so or not, okay, done, complete. Okay, I will not close this. I will just minimize this window. And what I want to do, I want to go to some kind of blueprint and again try to get GPU. No, not at this. So I guess that I will have also again to do as I was working previous one. So I will have to build the project over here. So compile it over here, so it will read the all information. I cannot do this from here, but I can do this, for example, from here. So we will do the build. Where is it? Build solution. Let's build solution. Let's check what it will do. So when I'm doing such kind of builds, it will give me all kind of the information. It will just build it, compile it over here. And also in case, oh, here we can see it filed. So something is already filed. And when it will complete, it will show me all kind of errors which I have, and it will explain me what is going on. So let's wait. Okay, as you can see, we got a lot of mistakes. Very nice. Okay, so seems that something is wrong, but this is very strange because here the errors which I get are really very strange. So I will close all of those windows. I will close even this one. I will close the editor. Again, I will close the Unreal. Okay, I will close everything. And now if I will go to the GASP, I will open it again. So maybe the issue is because the editor is open. This is also possible. So we are preparing the solution again. Let's check. Nice, we don't have any files. I will click over here on the GASP and I will check. I will try to build this again. Build. Build solution. Better. Here, build, like so. Let's check what it will do. It's not doing anything. Very easy. No. Build. Let's check if here. Okay, so build has started. Let's check build complete without any errors, without anything. Well, hope that it was working. Okay, so let me close this again. Let me reopen the Unreal. Okay, so now we need to reopen our windows in which we were working. So waiting for this. Okay, so we have our blueprints, and where I am in the, no, here. I'm going to the graph. What I need to do, I need to check, come on, yes. Okay, GPU, yes, here we have our command, so hardware and get GPU brand. So what would we do? Immediately after the begin play, we will get the information if we got something. So it was about the widget, and in the widget we will have to set it up over here when we are checking the settings. But before we will do so, because we already see that this command is working, we will do this immediately when the game is starting. I was adding those fidelity settings first of all in the gameplay, and what I will do before I will check anything, I will simply check my GPU, get GPU brand, because if my GPU brand is not the one I need, the ADM, so I will not be able to use this. So first of all, I want to get my brand. I want to get this to the print string. Before everything is happening, I need to get the name of it. I want to see this, let's say, during 22 seconds, and I want to see this in this color, pink color. So I will not connect this yet because, of course, we still don't know what name is of my GPU, and then we will complete the code after we will see something. So what I have to do, I have to open my map. Maps, where is my map? Where is my map? Here is my map. So waiting for loading the map. So the scene has loaded. Now what we will have to do, we will have to click play, and here we must see in the, here it is. So in the blueprint, we immediately see that my video card is NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060. So what does it mean? It means that for my game, I'm not able, basically for my computer, I'm not able to use this setting. So what we will have to do, when we got this information, for now I will leave the print strings so I'll be able to see something, but I will remove those print strings which are not necessary. Then what would we do? We will have to check if this print string is equal string. No, that's not it, because the name would be different, and we have to see if it contains over here. So if it contains, so we have the different types of the how to say, of the video cards, and for example, if it contains NVIDIA, not NVIDIA, but not AMD. Okay, so if the name of the video card will contain AMD, we need the branch, and if it's so, if it's true, so it will go. Okay, so it means that if this is true, so we will check if everything. So if the save game is valid, then if this doesn't exist, not exist, and so on and so on and so on. We will continue to those settings which we have. So I will remove those print strings because we don't need it anymore. They are just for nothing over here. Okay, it was about the true. And what about the false? So this, if this is false, if my card is not AMD, so we will have to set the fidelity mode to 0 and the percentage for 100. Okay, and this is false. We simply connect this to over here. Nice. And over here, I want to see the print string. Ctrl C, and I want to see something. Basically, I don't need this over here. Like so. I will place this here. This I will move over here. And for this one, I will say hello. Okay, so I will know that we are over there. So let's check where would we go. So again, if this does not contain AMD, we must go over here. Nice. Okay, so let's press play. Excellent. So for me, it will just set all settings for 0 because we can see hello over here. So great and excellent. So what do we have to do now? We have to create the build again. First of all, so save all, save the new level because I will not start from here. And okay, the new level is opened. Let's clear the log so it will not show us anything. And platform, Windows, package project for the development. I will go to the folder to remove this build which I already have. So I don't need it. Nice. Removed, and we can select folder for building. So let's see what would we get. I will get back to you when it will be completed. Okay, so our build has completed. Everything is excellent. It was successful. And now let's check if it will work. So if everything is okay, we will be able to see after the start, we will be able to see hello command by the command by the print string. And it must start. I hope so. So let's double click to start this. And again, after it will start loading, if it will not give me some kind of error at the beginning. And when it will start reading shaders, I will put you in pause so you will not have to wait so long. Okay, it is starting at least. We'll get back to you when we'll get some kind of result. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can see over here, hello print string. And it crashed again, so something is wrong. It means, I guess that I know why it is happening. So from the beginning, we can see here the print string hello. It means that it was switching me the settings, but again, I didn't change this into the widget blueprint. So whenever my widget was trying to load, it was loading the wrong information because I didn't set up this setting over there. So I will close it here and I will show you where is my second part of my mistake, what I did. Because over here, as you can see, we are in the widget blueprint, into this one, which is loading, and of course it is loading also when the game is starting, and here I don't have this check. So it means that it is loading the settings which I have into the saved file. Into the saved file I have the wrong combination, so I will have to add this check also over here. Okay, I will not take this one. I will do the smarter thing. I will simply copy and paste it. So here I will copy this section, Ctrl C, and I will go back to my settings menu. I will going back over here, and okay, and before I will make any kind of settings, I will paste this part. So we will move it even more, and we are checking our GPU. We place it over here, and of course, if this is contain, maybe yes, we will make the settings. If it does contain anything, doesn't not contain anything, I will just again make this setting to 0, so we will not break anything else. So I guess it was this place. So okay, compile, save, and again, to be able to check this, we have to make build. So clear this, go back to the folder to remove the build, just remove this folder completely. Excellent. Here it is cleared. Okay. I was just thinking that it is just setting up to 0 our setting, but it is not changing the settings by itself. So what would I do over here? I will again call this, how does this function name is over here. I'll simply copy this part and paste it over here. So we will change the setting. So we will connect it over here, and in this case, we will save the settings for this. Okay, and now, yes, now we can create the build. So we're going over here, we platforms, Windows, package, project. Yes, selecting the folder, click select, the building has started. We're going the output log. I want to see something, what is going on, and I will get back to you when it is completed. So our build is complete, and now let's see if we have any kind of result. So we are going to the Windows, we are doing the double click, and let's see if something will happen. Let's check. If it will not crash from the beginning, I will get back to you when it is loaded. So let's check. If it is loading, not loading, loading, not loading. Yes, it is loading. Okay. And I guess that this is success. I hope so. No, this is not success again. We have the error, and our error is saved to the file. Okay, let's get back to the game. So we will close this. We will remove immediately this because we don't need it, because it is not working, so this is not useful. So what I think that those check-ins which we are creating, it is just after everything has been loaded, and this is not correct. Because of course it is checking for us, first it is loading and then it starts my checking. So I will copy those settings, which will set my fidelity to 0. And immediately when the game instance is starting, because basically this is the first thing which is starting after the project has been loaded, I will start it immediately after it is initiated. So I will paste it over here, and when everything is starting in my project, I will simply set it to 0. I will just simply set it to 0. And what I think, another thing is that when I will start the game, I will go to the settings, and I will remove all of my settings from the cache. Or even better, I will not remove any cache, because sometimes may happen the situation that, let's say, the client was using first of all the RTX card and then using the AMD, or reversely, it was using the first AMD and then go to the RTX, and it will not working. So I will leave my settings as is, because we have to find the point where it is crashing. And here I will add another print string, because I want to see that there is loading hello. And here I would like to load, let's say, 111 in some kind of green color. So we will see what is loading first. I'm sure that it's loading first the game instance, but just in case. Okay. So we have added this check. We have added this setting for 0 from the beginning, and we are going to build again. So just imagine how many times you will build it again. So compile, platforms, Windows, package, project, select the folder, build it started, and let's wait. Okay, our build again is complete, and now let's go again to see if this is working. So the next text, let's check it out. So it is started to load. Let's see if it will start loading our shader compilation screen. Yes, so we'll get back to you after. Okay, great. So I got this message 111. So it means that our game instance has loaded as first, and it is just resetted our settings to 0. And now we'll wait and we'll see what is going on after. So we see hello, that our again. Okay, so the same thing. What the hell is going on? Okay, okay. So what I will do next, first of all, I will remove the build, because as I have told, we don't need it. And then I have another idea. I will close the Unreal completely, because of course it may be also some kind of uninspected behavior. And here we have the saved files, which is saving everything what is going on and the game and so on. I will remove this file also. So I will start with clear. As you can see, this is a big file. So I will restart the Unreal with the clear thing, with the clear settings, and we will build it again to see if it will help us or not. So nice. We can also remove the derivate data cache and intermediate files, but it does not influence it right now. So let's start it again. So it started. I can close, yes, this folder. I will, okay, this is not related to this, so just clear this file and we can start the build from the scratch. So platforms, Windows, development, nice package project. We are going to the folder and we will package the folder over here, and I will go back to you when it will be completed. So the build is complete. Before the build, we removed all the saved files. Now let me check if we will be successful in our tests. So we are going to this, we are going to double click to start it, and let's check if it will start loading. Okay, it is loading. The game instance is loaded because we can see here the one, and let's wait. And again, we have the error. So it didn't help. Okay, I have another idea. We can, in the config, in the default engine, in a file, we can add a line which will switch it off by default. Just completely turn it on, off. And this is how it is. It sounds so: scripts, blah blah blah, fidelity settings over here, and be enabled frame generation. We are setting up to false. So by default, we will set it up to false. So we will file save this file. So by default, everything must be switched off, and we will build it again. So clear log. So platforms, Windows, package project, select folder, and we'll get back to you later. Okay, build complete. And let's go, yes, over here to our build folder, and let's double click to start it to see what would we got this time. Okay. It's loading, waiting for load. And in this time we have the new error: GPU crashed or device removed. Check the GPU state information. So remove, close, let's go back to the Unreal, and I have idea. I will try to send another, not so, but so. This one I need to move, and I need to try to execute console command, another one. I will call it another time, and I will try a different code. I was searching a little bit, and from the beginning I will need to disable the frame generation to set it also to the 0. So basically right now I'm disabling everything what I can related to this one. So compile, save. Okay, here it is done, everything is switched off. Now let's try to do what? I'm thinking also, but it is not, I will add it also over here. So I will just copy and paste just in case, to be sure that when the game instance will be loaded, and of course when we will set up it over here, so I will simply move this part here also. So basically it must work. In case if that one will not work, this one will work. So for now, those two places which really take effect from the beginning, I will set this as is. Now what I'm doing, again, platform, Windows, package project, select folder, and we are going to output log just in case to see what is going on, and we will clear log. So we'll get back to you later. So Let's see what do we have over here. So again, short files, 0, Windows, and let's start it. Okay, so let's see if it will load as the menu or if it will crash again. Okay, so close, close, everything close. Okay, so we will remove the build again. Removed. Well, I still was not able to solve this problem, and when I will be able to do this, because I will still continue searching, I will post the link in the description for the new video, which is explaining how to solve this issue. And if there is still no such link, so it means that I was not able to solve this problem. And if somebody know how to do this or have any example or maybe some kind of manual or something like this, I will really appreciate your help. And thank you, love all of you. So if you like this video, please give me the like, subscribe to my channel to not lose my other videos, and I really hope to see you the next time. Bye bye.